You ate those Kit Kats too, huh?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, dark chocolate Kit Kats.
I didn't save any for you.
Yeah, you dog. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's a scat pack, which is the equivalent to our core package.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. What a mean looking car though.
The new for 1971 Dodge Demon is in town. Demon is small on the outside and easy to park, about 2 feet shorter than a full-size car. The optional torque-fly transmission is smooth, quick and reliant. The new plaid interior for 71 keeps you in the cool crowd. A real value car and even more for 1971. Demon 360, great new compact that gives you standout performance, now with factory fuel injection. There's a special feel in Demon's ride and handling with the torsion bar suspension. The ride is smooth with precision handling in turns. All Demons are unibody construction. Over 4,000 welds fuse the body panels into a single unit. Tight, tough, tenacious, unibody is Dodge's value that lasts. Extra care is taken in engineering, which makes the difference. Your new car, Dodge Demon. So that was my wife and I having a bit of fun with the Demon. A little advertisement sort of thing from the past. We were inspired by some of the old videos and some of their terminology, so we just thought we'd have a bit of fun with it. I hope you like it. So it started back a few years ago now, where I thought I'd like to buy a car for Faye, my lovely wife. Something that was good size for her, not too big, not too small, just right. So I was thinking of an A-body, so I went looking for a Demon Dart or a Duster, and found a little 71 Demon in California. A nice original rust-free car, 50,000 original miles, but been sitting in a chicken coop, smelled awful, needed fully restoring, but it was just a nice, dry, basically straight example, just a 6-cylinder car, and in view of wanting to do whatever we felt like, basically. So the idea was to have a relatively easy car to drive. So I wanted a modern engine with fuel injection and all the modern amenities that my wife expects today. And if you don't do that, you're in trouble. So started off, my friend Rick in New York helped me find a 360 Magnum engine, which is a later version of the LA engine they run in our cars, but later they only run in pickup trucks and vans. So it's factory fuel injected, there's a roller camshaft, serpentine belt system on the front, which is great for running air conditioning because the whole system's already set up with a compressor on there, and will bolt up to your 727. Ran some little mini head huggers, and that was basically all I really needed, the harder to find part. I put a 8 3/4 in the back with the 323 gears, so good highway car, and all I had to do was put it all together. The only main bodywork parts was the front and rear bumper bars, were brand new AMD bumpers on it, and also the tail light panel was stoved in like it was been run into something, and I put a brand new tail light panel in there. So got to the restoration side of it. The car was original paint, like I said, so really good car to restore. But I did go to a lot of trouble to make this car really nice and straight in the body and paint. It's probably a little bit better than what they would have been back in the day. The colour is not an original colour, but it is a colour that is similar to the colour of the day. It's got a bit of pearl and it looks really nice in the sun, but it also doesn't look out of place. I like the colours to pop. Mind you, that colour's going to pop no matter what, but it's nice having a little bit of pearl in it just on the sun. It just gives that little bit of a swing to it. But I don't like colours that don't look period for the car. So even if I play around with the colours, I like them to pop a bit more, but I don't really want them to look out of place. You can pick some colours that really don't look good on an older car. So I had the rally wheels modified. I got 14x7 on the front, 4x8 on the back. I ran non-boosted disc brakes and put a vintage air conditioning system in it, and it's a perfect little car for face. You can just sit in the car, turn the key and it starts straight away, being the modern injection. So you got air conditioning, power steering, automatic, disc brakes. You can't ask for more than that. The only issue we had getting the car going was after we drove around for a while, I ran an inline fuel pump. So just as a heads up, I'd recommend you run an in-tank fuel pump. So I bought one of those modified tanks with a built-in pump. That totally fixed everything. And it's been a ripper little car, and it's a car that we gravitate towards to drive, you know, because it's some cars you do, some cars you don't. This one, my wife and I often just get in that one and go because it's so easy. It drives so easy. Really torquey little 360, plenty of power. Very comfortable. I made up an interior for it, totally modified. So the front seats are out of a late model car, which I modified the upholstery to kind of look 70s, and I adapted 70s headrests in there to give it a look, especially when you're looking through the side of the car. I like to see the factory headrest. It looks original. I don't like seeing late model high back bucket seats. I want it to look factory but have the comforts of a modern car. I got some original new old stock material from the 70s, the plaid inserts. Not everyone's cup of tea, but we like it. It makes it much very lively, very colourful. I hand-made all the door trims, so I could put those little plaid inserts in the door trims, which just gives it some colour, and and my wife requested it, so if I didn't do that, I'd be in trouble. So all in all, it's turned out to be a great little car. I love the A bodies. I have a lot of variations. I have B bodies, E bodies, C bodies. I like them all for the differences, but the A bodies have still got a place. They're becoming way more collectible than they used to be. They were considered a basic car. I had Chris at Hotwire make up a wiring harness for me for the 360 Magnum. When you change to a car, you have to change the intake manifold, run a car type single throttle body type intake manifold, because the ones out of the vans and trucks are quite big, they're tall, so you really need to run a variation of the intake manifold to run the factory fuel injection, and you just got to get a manual shifted car computer. You can't run the automatic type, and then Chris is able to make up a wiring harness for it and plug it all in, and it was easy as anything. Took about 6 wires to connect up, and it just instantly started. Had a funny little story actually, because this is the first car I've done a fuel injection for, and I'm not an expert at fuel injection. I'm getting to learn a bit more about it now. My friend was helping me just wire off the last few things ready to start the car, and turn the key about to start the car for the very first time. The engine hadn't run at least for a couple of years, and I was just about to start, and I put it to prime position, heard the fuel pumps come on, and it was leaking out of one of the injectors on the engine. And I said to my friend, I better wait and change it. I want to make sure, I don't obviously set the car on fire. So I said, we'll wait and put an O-ring in the injector. Anyway, my friend said, why don't you just hit the key, make sure that the engine at least cranks so we know that the starter motor's engaging and we'll be ready to go. So I literally touched the key just for a fraction of a second, and the car just went boom, started straight away. It's like it ran yesterday. It literally hadn't been running for at least a couple of years. I'd had it for, and then I don't know how long it sat in the wrecker. So it was really my first taste of fuel injection. I got to say, it was really good. Car ran just absolutely perfect, no smoke. You could rest a glass on the engine and idle so smooth, it was great.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, what?